Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Can I get a hello there? We're here in nature. It's a beautiful day. Breathing in that good prana. What does coffee do to your body and mind? There was a time where you couldn't separate me from a cup. I was compulsively drinking it. And that was a time when I was studying. People have asked me to share my views on coffee. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's look at what it does to the brain first and foremost. When we are awake, the brain is producing a chemical called adenosine. And what this is doing is it is making us feel sleepy. It binds to receptors and eventually we just drift off. What happened? Where did you go? Where did you disappear to? Now, bring coffee into the equation. Caffeine actually substitutes the adenosine. And what happens? It starts binding to these receptors within our brain. And now guess what happens? We don't feel sleepy. We can stay awake all night. We've got amazing energy. But guess what? Now you need a higher hit. The longer you are drinking coffee, you start producing more receptors. And therefore, you need more coffee. And if you don't have more coffee, the body produces more adenosine. And now you have that crash, what we call in the coffee community, a crash. Followed by a high, now you have a crash. We have a problem, Houston. Okay. I have realized that when you are drinking coffee, the reason why it makes us feel so good is because the body is producing the neurotransmitter dopamine, that feel-good chemical. The pleasure centers of our body is being reawakened. So we feel great in the morning. First thing, you're drinking coffee. Okay. There have been numerous studies from Harvard. We can trust Harvard, right? We can, of course, be serious about it. Saying that coffee has no long-term serious detrimental health effects. In fact, it reduces type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and it actually improves our metabolic rate by 3 to 11%. We can break down food, so it is great to keep in shape. So I am really sucking up to coffee now. I'm talking about all the benefits of coffee. But at the same time, I realized along my journey that coffee was making me feel more anxious. Now, if you have anxiety, coffee may not be the best drink for you. If you have high blood pressure, coffee may not be the best drink for you. Why? Because it increases our adrenaline levels, which prepares us for fight or flight. Come on, are you ready? So this means that we're always stimulated. 24/7, we are like super alert. So the benefits of coffee will be to enhance our memory, to make us more focused, but at the same time, it's everything in moderation. I always love to take it back. Where did coffee originate from? East Africa, Ethiopia, the coffee beans, but they were drinking it in a very different way. I've been to Ethiopia, and they don't drink it like we do in the West, where every day you just drink it, drink it, drink it. It had more of a significance in ancient times. When people would drink it, it was in moderation. Now, everywhere you go, at every corner, there is someone selling you coffee. But coffee is a drug because whenever you heat the beans, now you are producing acrylamide, which is a cancer-forming property. This is what we have to be educated about. Now, in the 15th century, coffee started to appear in the Sufi monasteries. And then in the 16th century, it spread to the Middle East and all across Europe and America. And is there any coincidence this is the same time where humanity got a little bit crazy? We turned into workaholics. What is the difference between marijuana and coffee? Okay, I say marijuana will relax you, and coffee makes you super alert. It makes you a better worker. So a lot of us, when we are drinking coffee, we are helping to fuel this matrix we are living in. I always say, for me, I don't drink coffee now, but what do I use for a substitute? The maca root. The Peruvian ginseng is fantastic. It is full of the antioxidants we need. Iron, it has zinc. It is a superfood, and it does wonders for bringing total health to us. And that's what I drink. But more so, I drink water to stay hydrated. Because what coffee does is that, just like any other drug, it robs your body of nutrients. It exhausts our body. And that's how drugs work. But water always gives you something. It gives you clearer skin. It improves your memory. Coffee can lead to addiction, because once again, when we all start drinking coffee, what's happening? We're doing it when we're really young, when we have examination stress. So it becomes part of our identity. Therefore, it is harder to stop and break the habit, because if we stop drinking coffee, we take away our identity. Can you remember the first time you started drinking coffee? You felt this euphoric feeling, and we attach, it's a social thing. That's the biggest thing about drinking coffee. Come out tonight, come out tonight, come out tonight. That's what people are asking us. Let's go to Starbucks. Let's go to Costa. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't drink coffee. What? So a lot of us, we're not actually we're not addicted to the caffeine. We're addicted to the social element of coffee, because it's a social affair. No one wants to be left out. Sometimes I tell friends I don't drink coffee. They're like, okay, I'm not your friend anymore. I'm like, good. I never liked you anyway. No. I say that, are you using coffee to run away from your problems? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because once again, if we're not careful, we can use coffee as a band-aid to keep us away from our true emotions and feelings. A lot of us, we're living in a perpetual state of fear. Now, coffee can become a catalyst for us to experience more fear and more anxiety. So this means that we never have a moment. We don't have time within the day to reconnect back to the truth of who we are if we are constantly alert. More so, it can interfere with our natural biorhythm. Insomnia. A lot of people can't sleep in this world. My goodness. And guess what? You say, I need more coffee. So if you have insomnia, coffee may not be the best drink for you. At the same time, I'm not here to tell you whether or not you should drink coffee. I'm just sharing what's helped me along my journey and realizing that everything in moderation. We are all supposed to be partaking in all of these natural plants, but at the same time, every action has a consequence. We have to ask ourselves, do we know what these consequences are? A lot of people that drink a lot of coffee, they have withdrawal symptoms. And now they have that low. So they feel depressed if they don't have the coffee. But you have to ask yourself, are you using coffee as a crutch? Can you live without coffee? That's what I wanted to test myself years ago, and I realized I could. There are natural alternatives that don't carry the same symptoms of drinking a lot of coffee, that can keep us more balanced. But at the same time, to each his own. I say, love whatever you do, and don't forget to put a smile on your face. We're here having fun. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.